Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. I just wanted to put together this short video to explain how I meal prep on Sundays, because I think there can be a lot of confusion around it, a lot of, different ways that we can kind of talk ourselves out of doing this, thinking that it's really complicated, but it's truly not. I've been doing this for years, and I find that taking a few hours on Sunday to really think about what I'm going to be eating this week sets me up for huge success during the week. So yes, it's a Sunday. You may have chores you want to do around the house. You may have errands you want to run, spending time with family. You may even have a trip that you're on or something like that. But when you are home at whatever time that is today, I need you to take 2 to 3 hours and plan out your week and go grocery shopping and get some meal prepping done. It typically does take me 3 to 4 hours to do all of those things on a Sunday, but it really makes a difference for my week. It makes me so I don't have to cook really hardly anything during the week. Everything is already kind of prepared. Everything is thought out. Everything has been written down, and I've saved all of my recipes, and all of my meals have been, written on a piece of paper, so I know exactly what I'm eating this week. So the first thing that I do is I take a look at what I already have in my pantry so I can use what I have, right? So for example, I see that I have like this massive bag of quinoa that I bought at Costco, and dry goods like that are so good to keep in your house, so you can use them over and over and over again. I buy them at, Costco, so I can use them in a lot of different recipes throughout weeks, but I don't want it to just sit in my pantry. I want to use it. So right now I'm on BeachBodyOnDemand.com. I do have a BODi, Beachbody On Demand Interactive membership. So I have access to all of our recipes, all of our videos to teach me how to learn, how to make all of these things. But the most important feature I've found on Beachbody On Demand and BODi is the search feature. So I can literally go in here and I can search an ingredient that I have a lot of at my house, and it will pop up a ton of different recipes. So if I put quinoa in here, not only will it show me the programs associated with recipes that are using that recipe, that ingredient, but it also will show me recipes. So if I just click on recipes, you can see that there are, I think it said 33, recipes found. Over on the left-hand side, you can filter it by gluten-free, high in fiber, any of those things. And I have made so many of these recipes, and they are so, so good. You also see that there's like a little kind of key here on each recipe telling you that it is vegetarian or gluten-free or paleo-friendly, even high in fiber, whatever it is. So I'm just going to go through here. I'm going to search a recipe that I want to make, and you'll see if it has a little play button here, you can actually watch a video that's usually 5 minutes or less on how to make this, so you don't have to get confused whenever you're reading through the recipe. So I actually just decided that I wanted to make this vegan quinoa with winter veggies. It looks really, really good. If you click on the little 3 dots that are right here, it will bring up just a little breakdown of what this, meal entails. And then at the bottom, I'll click on this little recipe logo, and it will bring me a printable PDF. Now, I don't necessarily like to print my recipes until the day that I'm making them, which will probably be, for dinner one night this week. But say I wanted to meal prep this, right? I go and I print this recipe, and then I put a stack of recipes that I'm making today for my meal prep in my kitchen, so I know that I'm doing this. Then I will write down all of the ingredients that I need in my phone. Even if I think I have them on hand, I will write them down in my grocery app. And the app that I use is called Our Groceries. It looks like this. Let me see if I can get it right here. It's like a little apple. And what I love about this app is that I can categorize everything. It's super simple and easy to use. I can also email this list to myself. I can email it to my husband. I can text it to my husband, and it's a free app. So this is a really great app to have for your groceries. And I like that I can manage it by food category, like all my produce is in one place, all my dry grocery, all my dairy. I'm not eating dairy right now, but my kids do, right? So it's all in one area. So then I put all my ingredients on my list. I do that for every recipe that I'm making. And I have a sheet of paper that I know this is backwards for you, but I literally just write down breakfast and then my breakfast options. lunch and my lunch options, dinners and my dinner options. so that I know on any given day, those are my options for that meal. So I don't have to go scrambling and trying to find some food. I know that there are options for me to eat. When I wake up in the morning, I can have a tofu yogurt, I can have some baked oats, or I can have a tofu scramble. Those are my options this week, right? And then of course for my kids, I purchase lots of fruits and veggies for them to have as snacks in the house. I do not allow them to have like things that are like, ice cream and cookies and, goldfish and Cheez-Its and all of those kids snacks until they have good food. So I do keep those things in the house, but I just make sure that they get the fruits and veggies in first. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because a lot of people, they're kind of push back to me for doing these meal plans is that their kids will not eat what they are making and they don't want to make two separate meals. I totally understand that. I really do get it. You can, if you would like to, make these recipes for your kids, but I know for a fact that my kids will not eat vegan quinoa with winter veggies. They just will not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this in advance, most likely, or because it's such an easy meal, it really is. It's like a thing of quinoa on the stove and some roasted veggies in the oven. I will make them maybe some pasta, maybe a side of broccoli, maybe some cut up fruit. I will just make their meal super, super simple so that I'm not like making two meals. I'll spend, maybe 20, 25 minutes in the kitchen that night making dinner. If I do make this from scratch, they get something they like. I get something really healthy. I do have my husband eat this meal with me. So he eats whatever I make. If you have a picky spouse, I'm gonna be honest with you, tell them to make their own food. I'm just being honest, because my husband at first was like a little fighting me about, what I was making. And he'd be like, well, oh, I don't know if that sounds really good, or he just wouldn't eat it. Sorry, this is what I'm making. Like if he wants me to make the food and he appreciates my cooking, then he needs to eat whatever I make. And that's just how I feel. I certainly would not tell you how to talk to your husband or how to, handle that in the home with your spouse. But, for me, it is so important that I get these healthy meals in, that if my kids and my husband, want to have separate meals, then it is what it is, but I'm not going to negotiate on what I'm eating just because they want to be picky, So I have all my meals written down. Then I email this link, right? So I just copy this link, and then I email it to myself right here. So you can see I already have a couple of recipes written down, emailing to myself so I don't lose them. I have this paper written down that I will take a picture of, so I don't, if I misplace it, it will be in my phone. And I go to the grocery store and I get all of the ingredients that I need. I put them all on my counter. I separate the things that I'm going to be meal prepping that day. And then I put away the rest of the ingredients. And then I spend a good probably 2 hours meal prepping my food so that I have enough food for the week to make sure I'm not going to grab, crap. It's been extremely eye-opening to see when I plan out the week and I have food ready to grab out of the kitchen, out of the refrigerator, how much more successful I am. It is amazing when I am not having meals prepared in advance and I'm kind of just winging it, and I have healthy options in the house, but I'm not necessarily planning out what exactly it is I'm going to eat. I inevitably snack on the chips and the cookies and my kids' Cheez-Its and their goldfish and their fruit snacks and like all the crap that I know I shouldn't be having, but I'm starving and I have nothing else to grab out of the kitchen, right? So doing this on Saturday or Sunday or Monday, whenever it fits in your week, really planning out how you're going to get in these containers is super, super important. And even, 2B mindset, really planning out how you're going to plate it on your plate, with the veggies and the carbs and the proteins. I'm vegan right now, so I am not necessarily measuring everything, but I have to do a lot of planning because I have to make sure that I am getting in enough protein and enough fiber, and I'm making sure that I'm, getting all of my veggies and my fruits in. So it's still a process, and I am committed to it because I want to make sure that I start feeling better with this back. And, I've even lost like 4 pounds doing the vegan diet, not measuring anything. So I just highly recommend taking a look at our Beachbody On Demand library with our recipes, writing down a list, making your groceries, planning out your week, and really being prepared. It feels so good to have these things done and not have to worry about them after Sunday. Guys, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please drop them below. I cannot wait to see you tonight on our call at 7:30. I'm going to be talking a little bit about these things and how to set yourself up for success mentally, as well as with the food that we're going to be eating. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for being here and watching this.